It is the Morning Cryptos, and this is Mark Shepard, your friendly neighborhood crypto cranker, attempting to learn in front of you things that I never really learned in school. And so today we're going to explore some of that, but first, let's start the music. All right, well, I'm embarrassed about all this stuff. I don't get a lot of this. Bollinger Bands and simple moving averages and MACD, the MACD, and oh my God. Well, we're going to get into a little bit. We're going to get into it in a little bit. But first, let's look at the Bitcoin price and see what the hell is going on here. I checked out all these articles already while I was trying to decide whether I wanted to admit the level of my ignorance and incompetence. And it was really interesting because Bitcoin is at 14,917, and yeah. I looked at this article, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Bitcoin Cash, Ripple, IOTA, Litecoin, from Cointelegraph, and for the first time I started to get what some of these guys say. Normally my eyes glaze over when they talk about, these moving averages and all this technical trading kind of jargon, and Fibonacci levels, and I decided yesterday that I need to learn this shit. I need to just buckle down and learn it. And if I can teach it to you guys, that's how I learn the best. So I don't know if you're prepared for this or not, but I'm going to start trying to figure out some of this stuff. Because it just seems like every little tool helps. And I've really gotten to the place where, okay, I can look at a naked chart and I can learn a lot from a naked chart, and we have Bitcoin here, and I can draw my little lines. I have a nice little line here, and okay, the bottoms are rising. Okay, and I can draw a little line here. Looks like the tops are a little bit lower. So what does that do? That makes a wedge. Okay, what do I do now? What now? And we can dial in, we can go to the 1 hour chart, and those lines are huge, and you see, oh, it's a trading range, okay. And you can see how whenever it boosts, there tends to be this tightening action, or these little patterns that I've been identifying, these little sideways patterns, right, like this here. And that's all I've had to go on is, okay, it looks like it's tightening. I think it might boost, right? But there's a lot of other stuff going on. And for me, sometimes I don't need all that extra information. Sometimes that overwhelms me. So that's what I've been doing up to this point. And I've been doing pretty well. As a newbie trader, I've made some pretty dumb mistakes, but I've also managed to do pretty well in picking some good projects and noticing when they were in kind of sideways trading ranges. So, all that being said, whoops, just gonna get rid of these. I sat my butt down on the couch and I went to Data Dash's channel, and I highly recommend Data Dash, by the way. And let's see if I can get that link up. This is Data Dash. What the hell program is this? He does a really good job. If you go to his channel, Data Dash's channel, and you go to his playlists, he has a couple of playlists. One is trading tips, and the other one is data analytics for beginners, SQL. And this is what I started watching, the data trading tips, and I really highly recommend this. I love his little intro, but I just went to how to use the standard moving averages, right? Or simple moving averages. I didn't know any of that shit. So that's what I'm working on this week. And I'm going to inflict a little bit of it on you guys, mostly because I need to learn how to do it. And I need to learn how to do it where I'm kind of forced to be careful what I say and to kind of practice while you guys are watching. And hopefully this is not dreadfully boring to those of you who know all this stuff, but again, I'm starting to learn. And as I've said before, I am not here to give out trading advice. I'm here to learn how to trade. And if you can learn along with me, great. I think a lot of us need to learn this. I think the more we learn about this, the more power we'll have. And I'm all about personal power, people. So this one thing he taught was Bollinger Bands, which I kind of like because it's easy. You just click, you go up here to this indicators thing, and you just click on Bollinger Bands, and this pops up on your screen. And the cool thing about Bollinger Bands is if you look back here where things were kind of tight when Bitcoin was, you know, kind of trading in a tight range, that's kind of an indicator that it's about to pop. I mean, that's one of the things that I'm understanding about it. And there's a lot, and I'm going to rewatch his videos now that I'm realizing that I really don't understand this. These are a couple, I guess these are three different kinds of moving averages kind of jammed together and working together. And this middle one is kind of interesting because when it drops above or below this middle line, you know, that's a pretty good indicator. And here it's literally come down and touched the bottom line, and it's now back up to the middle line. So the question is, you know, does this mean it's going to cross over into this other area? I don't know. I don't think it does much other than confuse me. So I'm working on this, and this is not an area I'm good at. So I just want to admit that to you guys, and then I'm going to turn it off and go quickly through and see what I see so far in the markets. But it's interesting to see that Bitcoin kind of went up here and outside of this top band when it was really cranking. Then it came back down a little bit, a little tiny correction, and then right back up into this line. And then at a certain point, it couldn't cross it anymore, and it headed down to this line. And I'm trying to imagine how this would have been helpful for me to know, because it still dropped right down through, but it came to this line. So, okay, it's back down to this support. So it really is on a support line, this longer moving average. And it didn't fall below that. So that's interesting. And now it's kind of back up to this middle line, but it hasn't been able to cross it. So I don't know what all that means. I just don't know. I'm still learning. All right, so I'm going to turn those off for now. And I'm going to go back to just grinding down through these just for the day, because it's helpful for me, and hopefully it's helpful for you guys. And yesterday it was way too long. I went like almost an hour, and it took a long time to edit, and a long time to process, and a long time to upload. And I don't know if anybody's ever going to watch it, but I'm doing the best I can here. So this is Bitcoin Cash. And, okay, I got to put these Bollinger Bands things on there and see what the hell that looks like. All right. Okay. Bitcoin Cash, here it touched the bottom line of its Bollinger Bandy thing. Now up here it went outside it, and now it's crossed over the middle line, and it's right back on the middle line. What does that mean? I don't know what it means. It kind of feels to me like it doesn't know what it wants to do. And it kind of feels like, yeah, I think I'm going to be stuck for a while. hanging on until this thing rises into where I'm in the money. Okay, fine. People, this is pathetic. I feel like this is like I'm in such a new thing here. I also learned to use the simple moving averages, but the problem with those is a lot of the projects I'm interested in are not old enough to have 100 and 200 day moving averages, except if you switch it to the hour. So, yeah, I don't know. People, I feel I'm really in my discomfort zone. I'm trying to learn so I can help you guys, but really I got to help myself first, and I don't know if this is helping me. Bitcoin Gold, I got in kind of right down here, and it's just kind of hugging this lower line. I don't know if that's good. I don't know if that's setting it up for a move or what it's doing. But when I get rid of these Bollinger Bands, let's just, here's what my mind does. I see this. I see support right here. I see resistance up here. Right? I see just a clear sideways channel. And that's better in my mind. I'm like, okay, there's support here. There's resistance there. I'm in down here, right in this area. And when it goes back up to resistance, I will sell and make money. That to me is okay. I can understand that. So, okay, enough of Bollinger Bands, right? I'll keep, and here's how I learn. What I'm really teaching you guys is how somebody teaches himself stuff. Okay, I get an exposure to it, I try it on, I try to use it, I don't quite get it, and then I go back and learn some more, and then I'll try it again. And so there's this back and forth process until I finally kind of get it. And the thing is with tools, it's like anything. If all you have is a hammer and a nail, you're going to see a lot of places to hammer nails. If you have some other tools, there's other things you can do and other things you can build. So that's where I'm at, I think, in this next 90-day challenge, is to really learn some of this technical trading stuff and not be intimidated by the jargon and all the math talk and all that stuff. And so hopefully that's helpful to you guys. Dash, what do I see in Dash? Dash, I see resistance. I see resistance right here. I see support. I see support coming up like this. You know, and my take on Dash is that it's going to stay in this little range here until it either breaks out or drops. And I think it's pretty damn expensive right now. I don't know. And partly is I got acclimated to Dash when it was down here. Where did I first start getting Dash? Back here when it was cheap. Right? And boom. And we want this to happen, but then the question is, how long is this going to happen? And when do I have to get out of it? Or is it going to hold? Is this going to look at some point like it was cheap? And that's the process of the hypnosis of money, as we become accustomed to the new price levels. And that's why the population has not yet revolted against the Federal Reserve, because the inflation that they inflict on us every year is small enough. It's like, and it ends up to being about 10% when you really look at it, you know, without fudging. But 10%, it's like that tax, it's like that tithe. You don't really notice 10%. And people don't notice it. And it's like the frog being slowly boiled in the water, slowly raising the temperature. Our dollars buy less and less every year, and no one seems to be bothered by it. And the fact is that we actually need that to happen so that these cryptos can really take off. Because the more people realize, oh, I can invest $20 and it can turn into $40 instead of $5. The regular US dollar $1 used to buy a woman's dress. You know, $1 used to buy a lot of things, and it doesn't anymore. So I don't know. I think we need to start learning. I think all of us need to really buckle down and figure out what the hell is going on and start taking charge of our own financial lives. So that's what I'm here to do. And so EOS, US dollar, this is what I see. I see support and I see resistance. And I see a sideways trading range. And if I stick those Bollinger Bands on here, does that tell me anything? It tells me that we're below the middle green line at the moment. No, we're above this bottom line. I hope you are laughing at me, people. I hope I'm providing some kind of amusement to you. Because you're looking at a guy who in second grade basically turned his brain off to anything mathematical or logical. Here in Ethereum Classic, just for practice, I just want to play with these Bollinger Bands because they're easy to turn on and off. And I will play with simple moving averages another time. Just because some of these charts aren't old enough, or don't have enough history for the moving averages the way Data Dash was teaching it. So, okay, I see a lot of support down here at 22. I see quite a bit of resistance here at 32. I see it broke through the resistance, couldn't make it, and then we had that pre-Christmas sell-off of everything, and now it's kind of not sure what's going to happen, right? And it's working in the sideways channel. Let's pop the Bollinger Bands on and see if anything makes sense. Because I have to look and I have to understand what I don't understand. And the thing is that I think Bollinger Bands could be useful is when we have kind of a squeeze. When the two bottom bands get really close and tight together, that looks like it could confirm like what I can normally tell anyway. I mean, without the Bollinger Bands, when we get really tight like this, tight and flat, I kind of know that's about to pop. You put the Bollinger Bands on there and you could maybe confirm, okay, we're below this middle line and the bands are getting really tight. It's probably going to pop. But I don't see how it's certainly not a panacea or a magic, a magic crystal ball. And here we are below this midline, and now we just crossed it. So maybe it's going to move. I don't know. I hope you didn't come here expecting answers. Ethereum. What do I see in Ethereum? I see with my untrained eye, we had rising bottoms here, and we had a little flat top. I've heard people call this a bullish flag, okay, or an upward wedge. And okay, it looks like that's going to go. If we don't, if that's all we have. But then let's pop these Bollinger Bands on here. And is there anything that would have told me that that was going to pop other than what I already know? I don't know. I don't know, people. So take them off. And of course, I have no idea what it's doing up here, whether it's going to keep going, and we'll see. IOTA. Here's what I see on IOTA. I see support right here. I see resistance right here. And is it going to pop? Or is it just going to stay in this channel for a little while? Don't know. Let's put these Bollinger Bands on. What can that tell us? Right now it's below, mostly below this middle line, just has crossed above this middle line. Does that mean it's going to pop? I don't know. But if you look down here on IOTA, when the two blue lines got really close, it was getting ready. But I kind of knew that anyway. Like if you just look at it and it gets really tight and flat, it's going to go, right? It has support and it's going to go. I don't know yet. And I'm sure there are people watching this going, this guy is an idiot. Doesn't he see? Blah, blah, blah. So I am an idiot, people, and it's okay. What I'm also trying to teach you guys that it's okay to not know. It's okay to learn stuff. It's okay. Let's keep going. Litecoin. What do I see here with Litecoin? I see Litecoin being pretty damn expensive is what I see. And I'm not seeing anything that I can possibly really use to get in on it. I see rising bottoms here fairly steeply, but the tops are not rising very much. I mean, a tiny bit right here. But is that enough of a pattern to do anything with? Don't know. Could just keep going down. Let's put the Bollinger Bands on it. See if they can teach us anything. So we are below this midline on the Bollinger Bands. We've come down to this blue line and hit it. So maybe that's support. Maybe that's support. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Let's get rid of the Bollinger Bands. Who knows, people? I mean, who knows? Like, this move was so sharp and so sudden that how do you even form a trend line on it, right? And so that's one of the reasons why when it goes parabolic like this, it's often a good idea to take some profits because it may fall back. That's one of the lessons I've learned. Neo, I took my profits. I got out at 99 the other day. That was sweet. Like, I've done this correctly a few times. But the minute I sell, what comes up for me is like, oh, did I sell too soon? Right? Did I sell too soon? There's this FOMO, fear of missing out, that is so ingrained in the human psyche that it's kind of crazy. But the thing is, if Neo can go to 98, then Quantum can go there too, right? So, and I've got in at 73 or 72. I got in on this pattern, and then I weathered it as it fell, and then I hung on, and it recovered. I think I was in at 73. So that was a nice little profit, not a huge one, but a nice little profit. I didn't have that much, but I'm practicing, and every day is different, and every day there's something new to learn, and I like that. Let's slap some of these Bollinger Bands on here. Neo is above the midline of these Bollinger Bands, and it went outside the top line before it fell, and it's kind of right a bit outside the top line now. So does that indicate that it's going to come back? I don't know, but I don't care because I took all my profits and I got out. So we'll see. We'll see. And if it falls back, I'll buy some more Neo back. If it falls back down here, we'll see. Learning. And me say go. Okay. Nice. We got some rising. And what I see with Omise Go is I see a pretty steep rise. I don't know if that helps, having a line like that. I see that maybe I have to go to 1 hour chart. Bloop. Now the 1 hour chart, let's see what a Bollinger Band looks like on a 1 hour chart. That's interesting. On a 1 hour chart, the Bollinger Band, we went outside it on the big boost, And now on this kind of little consolidation move, we've dipped below the middle line, then got back above the middle line to the top line, then we dropped all the way down to the bottom line. Would that have been a place to get in? I don't know. And let's see, it goes way up. It's outside. Now it's come back down to the bottom line. So, okay, if I get rid of the Bollinger Bands and just do my thing, what I see here, I see support. What do I see here? I see resistance. Support and resistance. And I see this little boost. That tells me, okay, I got support here, and this support is higher than its previous support. Let's see if I can get that on a line. But it's also tighter than its previous resistance. Ah! I can't see because my dumb thing was in the way. Oh. Okay, get down over here. So it's tightening down. Okay. When me say go, 19 bucks. I think when me say go, it's probably going to go to 50 or 100 at some point. I don't know. But right now, it's below its midline. And it looks like these two top lines are coming together. So it could be boost time. So, all right, I may have learned something that might be useful. I don't know. And it's kind of easy to just turn it off and on. You know, and we can look at the volume. The volume's kind of down. Learn how to turn stuff off and on the chart. But quantum, let's look at quantum first on the 1-day chart. And what I see is steadily rising bottoms. I mean, no matter how you slice it, steadily rising. And Shazam Shazupa, we got some tops. And I'm actually back in profit on quantum, and it looks like it wants to pop. And so let's pop these Bollinger Band things on here, and it's way above. It's way above the center line and the bottom line. Does that mean it's going to pop, or does that mean it's going to drop? I don't know. Right? So there you go, people. A fool learns to trade. XMR Monero. Let's pop the Bollinger Bands on. And we seem to be just a little bit above the middle range. Okay. But all along, Monero has been kind of just to the top of this blue line, and it never fell all the way down to the bottom blue line. So that may be good. Some good energy and support. If I were just looking at this without that information, I would see a support here. And I would look at this and go, look, we have kind of a triple top, subtle triple top pop, potential pop thing. Pop those Bollinger back on there. Yeah, don't know. Got to learn. This is what me learning is looking like. It's not pretty, is it? XRP Ripple, I don't see any place to get in here. Certainly on the 1-day chart. Let's look at the 1-hour chart. Yeah. Yeah. Let's slap a Bollinger Band up there. Interesting, when it did come back down to the bottom line, in retrospect, that was a good place to get in. Right? That was a good place to get in. And I wouldn't have known to get in there. So this might be something I can use in the future and So then we came back below this line, and then we boosted. Then we came back to the midline, and from that point on, in the last 24 hours or so, it has been pretty much above the midline and crossed over, and now we're at a little pause place. But I still wouldn't get in here. Would not. Too parabolic. Unless I'm an idiot, right? Last one. Zcash. Okay. The 1 hour chart. Let's go to a 1 day chart real quick. 1 day chart. Here's what I see. I see support. Boom. I see resistance. Boom. Let's slap Bollinger on there. Sojupa. Okay. What does that tell me? Well, we've been below the middle line. And again, I don't know if that's good or not yet, people. Right? And a little above the midline now. What does that mean? Right? I really don't know, people. I do not know. And hopefully I haven't confused you too much. But here's Cardano. Let's get rid of the Bollinger Bands. Here's Cardano. I'm in Cardano. This is one of the things I'm going to hold. I got quite a bit of it. This is my largest holding. And I'm doing really well. And the question I have in my mind is it going to keep going? Or is it, you know, overbought? Right? And it looks like it's pretty at the top. It's gone outside the top blue band and then it's come back. It has not even come back to the middle line. And now it's outside the blue band again. You know, and this is against Bitcoin. So, there you have it. That's it, people. I can't stand this anymore. Hopefully I have annoyed you enough for the day. And my coffee's getting cold. And again, this is the Hypnosis of Money, the Crypto Cranker's Guide to the Bitcoin Galaxy of Greed and Grooviness. And I'm trying to crank my crypto. That's what we want to do. We want to beat the market. We want to buy low, sell high. We want to protect our profits. We want to learn how to do this. We want to learn how to do it because you don't have to have a fancy business school, MBA, Wharton School of Business, Harvard MBA to be successful at this. Basic arithmetic works and the ability to tell the difference between low and high. And there's plenty of places to get into trouble. There's plenty of places where you can know a little bit and become dangerous to yourself and others. So I'm hoping to avoid being dangerous to you guys, and I'm happy to be dangerous to myself if I can learn from it. So that's it for today. I'm going to keep learning some of this stuff, and today was Bollinger Band torture. Tomorrow maybe I'll play with something else. I want to learn about this Fibonacci stuff just because I like the name. Fibonacci, Bollinger Band, MACD, simple moving averages. There's a lot to learn, people, and if it's helpful, I'm going to use it. If it confuses me, I'm going to lose it. So that's it for today. Hope you enjoyed this exciting, thrill-spilled, action-packed episode of The Morning Cryptos. And I think that's it. If you like this for some reason, and I can't imagine why you would, give me a thumbs up. If you want more of this torture, go ahead and subscribe. If you like music, I just uploaded, and I haven't checked it yet, but I uploaded it last night, my recent performance that I did on the 29th of December, which is my sound healing hypnosis program. And if you are looking to improve your life and transform your life, you might want to listen to that. It's about 48 minutes, 50 minutes, something like that. And it's something you can listen to when you're doing meditation, or just put it on in the background while you go about your business, and let the suggestions in there do their work for you if you're open to that. And if you're not open to that, that's okay too. It's all good. And that's it for today. Thank you, people. I very much appreciate you and appreciate your patience. and I'm going to go answer a lot of the comments from yesterday that I haven't gotten to yet. And special thanks to my friend Sven, who has challenged me to become a better trader. And I really appreciate you, Sven, and I appreciate your patience and also your willingness to call me out when I am obviously flapping my gums without knowledge. And I appreciate all of you very much. Peace, grooviness, over and out. Start the music. I'll see you tomorrow.